Hello Pisces, welcome to your April 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Let me explain what's going on. We're going to do a Lenormand Spread, the full Grand Tableau. I'm going to lay out all 36 cards. They have been pre-shuffled. And I'm going to read in 4 different areas. Well, I'll do a general, and then I'm going to look at the health, the wealth, your job, and love. And this is going to be a general reading. If you're interested in a more personal reading, my website is in the box below. That information is there. If you wanted to do this reading, I would pick up on this monthly reading if it resonates for you, and then I'll do one specific for you as well, because this reading can be really in-depth, and I'm just doing generals right here. So let's find out what's going on for Pisces. Where does this story begin? There we go. So, where does this begin for Pisces? All right, I'm gonna lay out the cards. And as always, if you are resonating with this, let me know in the comments section below, or hit that thumbs up button. It is so helpful for me and the channel. I really appreciate all of you and all of your follows or your subscribes. I really appreciate it. This has been a great journey thus far, and I hope that you're enjoying it as well, as much as me. Because I love hearing back from you guys. It's really quite amazing to see what lands. And if it's not resonating, just leave it. You know, and if there is some information, because we all come to these readings for something, right? We're looking for something. So there's something in these readings that spawns, you know, gives you an answer or gives you the insight to find the answer for yourself, which is really how I like to look at it. These are empowering. And it's not about, you know, this is how the future is going to look. It's about reading the energy as it is. And if you don't like it, you can always change it, because it's ultimately your life and your choice. I don't believe in deterministic societies. All right. So here we are. First, give me a moment. I'm going to check and see if any of the cards are in their own houses. I just need to count to do so. So just give me a moment. Okay, nothing is in its own house, totally fine. We're gonna get started. So what's going on for you right now is that you have got a lot of support from your community. I love that. You're feeling a little bit nervous about something that's coming up. And it might even be that you've been working on something where you're having to, you know, this might be in your gut feeling like it's a new, what would I say? It's a new investment, okay? You're investing your ideas, you're investing your energy, you're investing your money, you know, there's an investment. And you're a little nervous about it because it's purely intuitive, right? You're following your gut on it. So it might be totally unproven. This may be a completely new, like you're inventing something brand new. But it seems like your community, maybe even your workspace, people who know your work, they're all supportive of this. And I'm even seeing that there is some light that's shining on it. So I think that nervousness is normal. It's okay to feel that way, and it's actually going to push you through to another side. It might just take some time in order to get past the burdens. And there's a little bit coming further down the line, which I feel like that might be, you're intuitively sensing that there's going to be some challenges in this new idea or this new venture. And the challenges could just mean time, right? It could mean that you're really initially going in for the investment of it being 6 months and it actually takes a year, okay? Or this project is projected to only take this amount of time, but it takes twice as long. So, and I feel like you're intuitively knowing that and preparing yourself for any of those little kinks in the road, those bumps in the road, which is great. Your money is tied into it. So, and I'll come back to money specifically about that in a second. What's also going on in your heart space is you've been thinking about legacy and really kind of wondering what that is. This might be you considering having babies and really wanting to leave something in the world, and or if it's not babies, physical people, it could also be, you know, your artistic projects. I look at the two as the same, right? You're being creative, you're a creative force. And the fox is nearby, you're intuitively creative. But we've got some challenging cards here that are underneath you settling down, feeling rooted, feeling connected even to your family or to creating family. So just know that there's some confusion. You're kind of working things out. I think these are just questions that are up for you this month, where you're wondering, what kind of family do I want? Do I want to lay roots down here? What is my what are my long-term goals as a human in relationship even? You might be considering how you're looking at relationship. You definitely want commitment and long-term commitment, I'm seeing. I feel like you are wanting a spiritual connection, and there just might have been some struggle with that in the past. You might have tried it multiple times and it just hasn't worked out, but you've always had choices. And I think that you make the choice, and when you do, if it doesn't, so basically if it's not working out, you choose to leave. Great job. That's what I'm seeing. So you've made the choice to be where you're at right now, and this is emotionally, okay? And what I'm also feeling is like, it's what's going to serve you best is someone who is just as like an A-type personality, who's someone who is respected and looked well upon by, you know, their peers or in their community or at work, and also someone who's very loyal. Like I'm feeling like the need for traditionalism for you right now. That's what it's looking like. Some people just don't need that. So for the Pisces that I'm picking up with who really want that tradition, I'm seeing that desire, and I think it could transform you even. There is that potential for once it all comes together, then it's going to transform. Something's going to change in your life. And right now it could mean you don't want to have babies, right? You're like, no children for me. And then you get this relationship with this perfect person, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, ooh, maybe I do want babies. Maybe I do want something new that I never considered before. So there is that potential there as well, okay? So really interesting what's going on for you. Let's talk about health. So we'll go specifically to this tree, and what's going on is that your health, there might be some, there might be something kind of overlying in your mind. You might have a brain fog. You might be trying to decide what to do about your health currently, because this is our confusion card, and that, you know, you might need to talk about doing a new health routine. You might need to make some adjustments in your meds or in your supplements, or just in what you're eating, okay? So there's definitely something going on in the headspace. The other thing is that it just could be mental fogginess or confusion, and it's not necessarily anxiety. I'm not seeing anxiety, but it is something where there might be a little depression, and this could be winter depression if you're in the northern hemisphere, and we're just trying to clear that out with the sunlight that's coming, because summer is coming. So there could have just been a little bit of depression that came on, and that's what you're trying to get through. What I'm seeing, the way to get through it is actually to concentrate on your heart, and to concentrate on this beautiful potential that you have. And it's potentially with somebody who is quite loyal, quite beautiful, and and they're older, it looks like, as well. Someone who is, again, who is well looked upon. So this might just be this confusion about all of this happening at once, okay? Maybe you really need to be focusing on your longevity, your legacy, and you're just a little confused by it. And then boom, here's this relationship, this loving thing that's opening you up at the same time. What I'll encourage you to do is make sure that you tie up any kind of loose ends. You're gonna have to think of it in a new way. So if if there is some mental issue, if there is a need to change your supplementation or whatever, do it and take care of it before you don't get lost in this heart, right? Don't get lost in this love affair that might be revealing itself. That's what I mean. Make sure that you're taking care of you, because you have to have that strong root, that strong connection and security for yourself in order to share any kind of connection with anyone else. Okay, so your health is there. Here's your money. Let's talk about the money. There seems to be a little bit of a burden and a weight. So right now, money may not be in a good place for you. It just might be that you have some long-term loans or debts that you're still paying off, and this is representing a burden for you. It's something that you're not the only one. Lots of people have this, long-term debts. So this could be college debt. It could be debt that you assumed from someone else even, but it's weighing down on your money. It's just making your money smaller than, I feel like you're making money, but it's already earmarked to take care of these debts. Now, what's coming forward is, I feel like you have the potential for changing it around. You just have to look at it a little bit more, you have to look at it a little differently. Change your perspective on not how you're making money, but how you're paying off these debts. Maybe there are other opportunities or programs. Sometimes they have those consolidation programs. Sometimes there's government grants even to help take care of debts that have been lasting for a while. So maybe look into new ways of taking care of this debt so you can release whatever that burden is, whatever that tension is. And I think that will also help kind of relieve this mental headspace that you're in as far as your health is concerned, okay? All right, now we'll talk about what we did. We did money, we did health. Oh, is it time for love? Or did we talk about work? Work. Well, work is right here connected to your money. Let's get this out too. So if you work for yourself, that is directly connecting, directly leading into your health issue right now. So really make sure that you're taking care of both of those things. So if you are working for yourself, your health is up for you right now. Really trying to look at what's going on, see the truth of whatever changes need to be made, or try to pull yourself out of that funk so that you can live this loving life. And where's my other work card? Well, my other work card is here, which is actually quite interesting because this is also connected to this love. So perhaps this love affair is happening at work, or it is with someone of an authority, like maybe it is with your boss or someone who is in a higher position than you are, or it could be an older person, okay? But they're also connected in your work in a way. I'm reading it in both ways because this is we work for ourselves, this is when we work for another. And if you're working for another, you love this job. You've made a commitment to this job. In the past, you may not have been so sure, but what's coming forward is that there really is some success. You have great loyalty, and maybe your work is actually quite loyal to you. That possibility, there is a possibility for change there. So keep an open mind, and there might be somebody new coming in. So if you've had had this work position for quite some time, and you have lots of respect at work, if you're the boss even, and you have lots of respect in this position you've had, just keep in mind that in the future there might be somebody new coming in who might offer some fresh perspective, but it could be someone who is looking at your job as well. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you're doing things tip-top, right? That everything's out in the open, and that you're still doing your best work. It looks like you love it, you've had a long-term commitment, or you have a long-term commitment, so I wouldn't expect any issue. They're just showing that there is a change or a transformation that's coming, okay? Now let's talk about love, because that's what we all want to get to. So this love affair I've been talking about a few times. This love it might have been confusing at first, right? And actually what I'll say is that there was something that that cut through this confusion. And it could be just this, this person might be more traditional. You know, we've been talking about them being perhaps older or having a lot of clout in their community. This is a different type of love is what I'm feeling for you, Pisces. And that's actually the key for you. I like that we go from security to the key. And so you might be feeling secure in this ultimately, but initially, because this is so new, everything's kind of funky. It's hard to know if you can trust in the long-term potential and the roots, you know. It's hard to trust that, but I'm feeling like it's really kind of going to open up for you. So this person, now this is a new person. They could be a little bit more, not assertive, that would be the word, a little bit more assertive than you're used to. So you might have to adjust the way in which you speak with them. And what I mean by that is make sure that your boundaries are still clear. Make sure that you're holding space for them, but they might be a little cutting with their words because they might be used to doing. I look at this card kind of like an Aries energy. So it's all action, and sometimes it's action without considering the others. So just keep that in mind. You might have that energy with this person. Now, what else is, there is the commitment card here. So there's love and there's commitment with this person. There's also beautiful loyalty, but here's my challenge card here, this coffin. And the coffin is a card of change and transformation, but it's also a card of endings. So if you are in current relationship, okay, if you have a marriage or a long-term relationship or commitment currently, you may see some changes coming here in April, okay? Now, doesn't necessarily mean that it ends, and I'll tell you why, because I don't know what's on the other side of all that. But what this is showing me is that there's a relationship that's transforming. So if you've had some problems, and it does show that there might have been some arguments or some issues in the past, even some tension further on back, that might be coming to an end, and we might be making a new choice to kind of reconfirm together. But you might just be dealing with some changes in your relationships. If this is a new relationship, this is a transformative relationship is what I'm feeling here. And it's deeply connected to loyalty, friendship, and even children. So if you do want to have children, or we talked about that even, you might be trying to figure this out. What kind of legacy do you want to leave in the world? And that's what's up for you this month, Pisces, is, you know, how do you want to, what legacy? Do you want to leave a legacy in terms of work, of family? You know, what type of imprint are you leaving on the world? Those are great questions that you're asking yourself, and you're deciding them. And as you decide them, all of these things are going to come forward for you to choose how to live in that alignment. So if it's about digging in and really creating on your own, then all the support is going to show up for you. And if it's, you know, you decide you really want to build a family, then that type of person is going to show up for you. This is a really fascinating reading because of that. It just seems like so much is coming. So it's all coming for you, Pisces. The more that you get clear and shed whatever this confusion was, the better it's going to be for you. So that's what I have for you, Pisces, this month. Let me know how you feel about it. I want to hear how it resonates in the box below. Let me know in the comments, and hit that thumbs up button if you're feeling it. It helps the channel out so much. If you're interested in a personal reading, we would start with this reading, and then we would do a new one specifically for you. And my website is in the box below. So for now, I'll send you all of my love, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Pisces.